Gang, I'm here to talk to you about The Sandlot. If you do not know what The Sandlot is, it is one of the greatest baseball movies coming of age stories that has ever been invented, in my opinion. The second one did not live up to the hype, neither did the third one. Um, Shouts out to Yeah and Benny the Man. But it is an amazing story about how the outlook on life as a child. I mean, it just brings joys to your eyes watching a movie like this. It's just typical new kid moves to a new town, has no friends, doesn't really know how to make friends, and instead of typically being shut out by all the cool kids and having to sit at this table and earning the right to be with them, Benny the Man out of nowhere just makes you feel welcome. You know what I'm saying? Benny, that's just one of the many pleasures of being hanging out with Benny and things of that nature. But it starts in the beginning with showing you that Benny the Man has made it all the way to the major leagues, and our narrator has made it all the way to narrate the game of baseball. And it's just like one of the greatest summers of his life that shaped his future. And I thought it was so amazing because think about a kid who's into Legos and cars and like tracks and things of that nature. That's the kind of guy he was into. He never threw a baseball. Well, he didn't really have a dad. Didn't know how to play baseball. Didn't know how to throw a baseball. Wasn't really a sports guy until he moved into a town where that was all they had to do was play baseball. All the kids, all they wanted to do was play baseball, swim, and things of that nature. They weren't inside or city kids, so you speak. His mother had just gotten married to a new man, so he wasn't really, and I wouldn't say he wasn't taking interest in him. I would say he probably didn't have the time to, or a little bit of both. He had to work a lot, so when it was time for him to have fatherly duties, he would do them, but he wouldn't be as interested at doing them. During one of these events, he was teaching him how to throw the baseball because he wanted to be able to go play with the other fellas, but he didn't want to look stupid. So with that happening, he said he'd teach him, but in the midst of him teaching him, he hit him in the face with a baseball and put a stake on it. But actually, the guys ended up teaching him how to play baseball. Benny the Man ended up teaching him how to play baseball. All the other guys were just like, what are we doing here? He don't know how to put a glove on. He can't throw a ball. What? Benny, come on. We came to play ball today. We didn't come out here to play around. And I really like the aspect of it. The fat guy and the funny guy. He's hilarious to me. You got Yeah. And it's like these guys did anything and everything they could any day of the week to play baseball. And that is consists of finding cans and things of that nature, trading them in for change to go buy a new ball, because we all know how easy it is to lose a basketball, a baseball, a soccer ball, or football. You throw it over the wrong fence, it goes to the wrong area, down the wrong down the wrong hill or whatnot. You're not getting that ball back. And that's what they had behind the field that they used to play in, was it to believe to be an evil old man with this gigantic evil dog, where all the baseballs in town came over there, over the fence. And that's the story, the underlying story of what's going on. But it's really of them coming of age, learning how to face their fears, learning that heroes get remembered but legends never die, and things of that nature. And I just really appreciated and love that movie because it certain movies make you feel things that other movies don't. Even though it's the same type of movie, it still hits the same emotional beats, but certain scenes are handled differently. For instance, when Babe Ruth told Benny the Man, heroes get remembered but legends never die, they didn't just leave it there. They solidified that by making him a legend. And I guess the PF1 Flyers was y'all version of Chucks back in the day. There's probably a version of Chucks. He went to go get some brand new ones, put them on to hop the fence to go get a ball. But this wasn't just any ball. This ball was signed by the one and only Babe Ruth. our main character, the narrator, didn't know who Babe Ruth. That's how naive he was to baseball. His stepdad had a ball signed by Babe Ruth. And he went to actually go play baseball with it and lost it to a dog. So the whole rest of the movie, they're trying to get this ball back. And Benny the man, has all these contraptions, very intelligent kids, the things that they come up with. But it's a very small dog. And, you know, dogs don't give up easy and they're fast as heck. So Benny just said, I'm going to just hop over here and go get the mug. Benny hopped the fence, get the ball, hops back over, but the dog snaps the chain, hops over the fence after Benny. Now Benny got to run through time. It was an amazing movie, a wonderful chase scene. And once you see the dog, it was like, he is a big dog, but he's not as big as they made him seem in the flashbacks that had me terrified as a child. They had it to where this man can shake whole junkyards. I thought it was a real life Clifford when the flashback they was giving me. But anyway, Benny ends up getting away from the dog, running in the whole circle, making the dog go back home, and the owner actually comes out and tells him to stop, and the dog to sit down, and it was just, that's all it had to do. And the owner invites them in, and the kids told him that we were just coming to get the ball back. He was like, well, y'all could have just came around and asked. I'd have gave it back to you. Turns out the guy is a baseball legend and a baseball connoisseur. So when he seen the ball and what had happened to the ball, of it being torn up and chewed by his dog, the Babe Ruth one, he knew that the boy knew that his stepdad wasn't going to accept that, and he was going to be extremely upset that it was his most prized possession. But I think what he got was, I wouldn't say more valuable. I would say as valuable or a little less. And that is, you traded in the Babe Ruth ball, which Babe Ruth is a GOAT and will always be. But in turn, he had gained a ball with, I think, all the Negro players on it. Now, I'm talking Satchel Paige, Jackie Robinson. I'm talking about all the, I guess, high elites or those that respected them all signed this ball. I'm sorry, I will have to go back and fact check that for me. I know they gave him a ball with more players on it, more, not prominent, but a lot more historical players on it. So it's like, you got a baseball with one legend, then you got a baseball with five. And that's just my thoughts on it. But y'all tap in, y'all let me know what y'all think of The Sandlot. If y'all had a good time watching it. The Sandlot is one of my greatest baseball movies of all time. Like I said, we going down the list. Sandlot is number one. It's not number one. It's number one in the list, but not on the list. We got 4 more to go. So tap in as long with Remember the Titans and Any Given Sundays being my 2 in football. So y'all tap in. Let me know in the comments. And give me some suggestions of movies I should watch so I can review them for you. That's why we here. I'm just trying to level up, baby. Let's do what we do. Holla at your boy.